Uh, so if everybody could turn their cameras on, that would be great because we're going to actually do some introductory stuff. So hopefully everybody took a shower, put on their makeup, put on their pretty face so that we can all get to know each other a little bit. So, okay, well, all right. So we're going to start, even though some people are still popping in. I'm going to talk for a couple minutes and then we'll do a little bit of icebreaker stuff. There's going to be, I already know there's going to be a couple people who could not make it. So first of all, welcome to the DSKUS program. Sure. Okay, that's fine, Carolyn. Welcome to the DSKUS program. We're excited to have you guys here. Let me go ahead and start by saying a couple people I know can't make it, so we are recording this session so that those people later can still participate. There are some people who just for various reasons could not participate. So we don't have everybody here, but I think we have probably a lot of people. We're missing some of the professors. The professors are busy. I don't know if Raphael will show up. Ilias is here, of course. But we do have most of the students. Here's Esther here. So we do have most of the students. So let me start by welcoming you guys all here. So welcome to the DSKUS program. We're very excited to have you here on behalf of Hanyang University, DePaul University, and Indiana University, and the U.S. Embassy in Seoul, and the U.S. government and Korean governments. We're all very excited to have you guys here. We did this last year. It was a lot of fun, but it also is a little bit of work because we are doing things that are meant to kind of benefit the world. And so part of what we're working on here is things that are of interest to both the United States, as well as the Korean government, things of mutual shared concern, things like climate change and disinformation campaigns, and really anybody who comes from, a liberal democracy, wherever that is in the world. These are concerns that we all have about making the world a better place. So that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to all get to know each other. Like I said, we've done this last year, so there is a structure to this program. And I'll kind of explain a little bit of how it'll work here at first, and then we will do a little game. We'll do a game where you guys will get to know each other a little bit, okay? So let me go ahead and explain a few things so that everybody knows what's going to be expected. So there is a Moodle LMS site, okay? So that is because we're all at different universities, we can't use the same LMS. So whatever LMS you use at your home university, whether it's D2L at DePaul or Canvas at Indiana, or whatever the weird thing is we use at Hanyang. I don't know what that is called. I think it's a weird version of Canvas actually that they customized. We can't use that because all of you guys would not be able to access it. So instead we're using this thing called Moodle because it's open source and everybody can access the same system and work on things, okay? So that is kind of, we're using that. So you should be registered for that. I did not check it today, but if you're not, make sure you're registered. There will be short videos. They're short. I try to keep them under 30 minutes each week. Not every week, but most weeks, that will kind of explain to you what you're supposed to be doing. Some of those videos I recorded last year and I did not re-record them. So they may be a little bit off about some of the, like what is due that week, because we moved some things around this time, but generally they're mostly correct about whatever the topic is. But you should watch each of those when they're assigned. And then there will be assignments that you guys will be turning in as a group. The first month is all about kind of learning about your topic and doing some background research. None of you guys are probably experts on climate change. Maybe you are, I'm wrong. None of you guys are probably experts on disinformation campaigns. Probably none of you guys are experts on foreign aid and how we can make that more effective. But we're going to learn about it. So the first month is really a time to basically do some background research. The second month will be sort of brainstorming, a lot of exploratory data analysis. And the third month will be execution. And that's when you'll do kind of your analysis and your final project stuff. And then at the end, you'll present it to all the professors, to some of the industry partners that we have, as well as some of the U.S. government representatives, U.S. embassy representatives. So that's the flow to it. There are 4 of these all-class meetings. Okay, so we will meet about once a month and all get together and do things, right? Today is like a kickoff meeting. Next month, we actually have an industry panel. So we have speakers from Google, Coupang, Amazon, and Bosch. So we're going to have them talk to us in a panel event. We're actually going to open that up to the general public and kind of talk to us about how they're dealing with some of these same issues that you guys are working on, how that's affecting their business strategy. So we'll do that in a month on April 7th or April 6th for those of you in the United States. And then after that, we'll have a midterm kind of update thing in May, and then we'll do the final report in June, okay? In between those times, we will not get all together. So in between those times, you will just be working with people who are in your group. And so it will kind of be up to you guys to organize yourselves. The groups have been posted to the LMS. If you did not go look at them, please go look at them, because when we do this activity in a second, you're going to need to know which group you're in. But in between these 4 all-class meetings, we will not have to get together at a certain time. You can just amongst your group discuss, like, when are you available, when am I available, and then meet and work on things. Okay. So you can find a time that works for the members of your group. You will each have a faculty mentor. Ilias is here. He is one of the mentors. Raphael is one of the mentors. If you're at Indiana, Patrick Shi and Haiju are going to be mentors. If you're at Hanyang, Hyung-Chik Han and Hyung-Wook Yim is going to be are going to be mentors. Just because you're at a certain university doesn't mean your mentor is actually going to be from your university. So especially for the Hanyang students, your mentor may be a professor from an American university for this program. So keep that in mind. You will also be assigned an industry mentor. So we found a bunch of data scientists who work at Google, Coupang, Microsoft, and a couple other companies, and they are basically going to be your coaches, if you will, for this project. So for the next 3 months, you will also meet with them basically periodically. The idea is in between these all group meetings is for you guys to get together for at least 30, 45 minutes once a week and kind of discuss what you're working on. And then outside of that, you can kind of use other tools to communicate. So you can use things like Slack or other messaging tools to kind of work as a team on whatever you're supposed to be doing. And each week there's going to be stuff you should be kind of trying to accomplish. Okay, so that is kind of the layout of the class. And at the end, you will do a final presentation and you will write a report. Last year, the embassy, the U.S. state government, the U.S. State Department requested those reports. They wanted to read them. So some of what you're working on, if you come up with cool project ideas and you come up with a cool solution, you may actually be able to influence things that the governments are doing, at least a little bit, right? They will actually look at the output of this stuff. And some of them will attend the final presentations as well. So this is a chance, a little bit at least, to have some influence maybe on the way that the world works. So hopefully that's exciting for all you guys. I think it's exciting for us. As data scientists, we spend a lot of time just dealing with mundane things and trying to sell t-shirts and get more clicks on our websites, but we can also use these skills to do good things in the world. And so that's the whole purpose of this project. So that is the layout of the plan. I'm going to kind of stop talking about those mundane details, but if you do have questions, you can feel free to raise your hand. I think that's a thing you can do on Zoom, or unmute yourself and just ask them. So does anybody have any questions before we move into the more fun stuff about how things are going to work? Feel free to unmute yourself. Okay. Well, if you do have questions, please let me know. So now let's move into the fun stuff. So that's all the stuff we have to do as part of the program. You know, that's kind of why the US government gave us like several $100,000 to do this, and they're going to fly us back and forth to Korea and the United States. And the fun stuff. Fun stuff is part of the program too, is you guys are going to get to come to Korea. We're going to send you to some Korean companies. We're going to send you to maybe to the US Embassy. We're going to introduce you to like kind of things in Korea, but for the Korean students, we're also going to send you to Chicago, and we're going to do the same thing there. And you're going to get to go to companies like Google and Microsoft. You're going to get to meet people and kind of experience that a little bit. So part of this is kind of working on data science projects, but the other part's like cultural exchange and kind of getting to know each other and learning how you can work on teams with people from all over the world to try to solve problems. And that's kind of the fun part. Last year, it was a lot of fun. So, you know, we have a little bit of work to do, but eventually there are going to be these fun things where we get to like hang out and just kind of have experiences and stuff. And that should be something you're looking forward to. So those dates are posted in the LMS. We've already booked the plane tickets for all the Koreans. You guys will be in Chicago between I'm gonna get these dates wrong. Somewhere around like May 12th to May 21st-ish, somewhere there. For the US students, there is also money in the budget. For the Indiana students, for you guys to go to Chicago that same week. So that week of like the 15th, there are gonna be a whole bunch of activities in Chicago. There's money in there for you guys to get like pay for your transportation to go to Chicago and participate in everything. And we would encourage you guys to do so. Get a hotel room, travel up there, whatever. There's money in the Indiana budget for that. Okay. And so last year, the Indiana students did go up there, and we saw all the pictures. They had a lot of fun. So I would encourage you guys to do that as well. For all the students from the US, you will also come to Korea. Those dates are, I'll get these wrong again. It's basically a month later. You guys will come to Korea, June 15th to June 25th, basically. We have booked your hotel rooms. I don't think Raphael and Patrick have booked the plane tickets yet, but I'm sure they will here in a few weeks. But you guys will all come here, and basically we'll take care of all that kind of stuff. So you don't have to worry about any of that kind of stuff now. Later on, we will tell you about things like you need to apply for a tourist visa or an ESTA or whatever. We'll tell you when to do things, so you don't need to worry about that. For you guys, all you need to worry about right now is kind of starting to work in your teams on your assigned projects. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to stop talking because this is not the point of me to talk. We're going to split up into groups. I'm going to make 6 breakout rooms. Okay. Most people are here, but hopefully there's people from every group. And so what we're going to do is send you into your group. So if you're in group number 1, you should go into breakout group number 1. If you're in group number 4, you should go into breakout room number 4. What we want you to do is I want you guys to talk for about 5, 6, 7 minutes, however long. And I want you to introduce yourselves to each other. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come back, and you are going to introduce somebody else from your team. So what you need to do is decide who's going to introduce who. You are not going to introduce yourselves. Your job is to, let's say you have 3 people who are in your group, or 4 people. One person should introduce another person. And then that person should introduce another person. That person should introduce another person. So nobody should introduce themselves. So you need to talk to each other for 5, 6, 7 minutes. What's your name? Where are you from? What's your favorite color? What kind of ice cream do you like? Who's your favorite soccer player? What's your major? Are you married? Do you like skateboarding? I don't know, whatever you want to talk about. Just tell people, just figure it out, and tell us people enough so they can introduce, like, this is Bob. Bob is from, he is from, I don't know, Uzbekistan, and Bob really likes horses. I don't know, whatever, right? So we're going to do that. So I'm going to make these breakout rooms. There will be 6 of them. Again, figure out which group you're in. If you haven't looked at the LMS, it should tell you. There's a sheet on the LMS that tells you. And then you should go into the breakout room, and I will give you guys until maybe about 10:25, 10:27-ish, somewhere around there, about 10 minutes. And then we'll come back and you will introduce each other. Okay? You understand? Good, good, good. And Elias, we'll just hang out. Okay. Unless you want to go into your group, you can go into your group, Elias, if you want to. All right. So let's see. Okay. There's 6 rooms and they're open now. So there you go. So you guys can just go into the room that you're assigned to. I will hang out here. And if for some reason you go into your room and you're the only group member there, just come back and tell me. We'll send you to a different one. Now everybody's forced to come back whether they want to or not. So, okay. Should have most people back. And again, this is all being recorded for posterity. So let's have some fun, but also let's say anything you don't want people to know about you. So I will go first in the interest of being fair before we make other people go. So my name is Dr. Casey Bennett. I'm a professor here, associate professor in the Department of Data Science, School of Intelligence Computing in Korea, in Seoul, Korea. I've been here for going on 4 years now. I am not Korean, as you may be surprised to find out. I'm actually not Korean. I'm actually American, as you may tell from my accent. I used to live in Chicago. I still have a house there. I taught at DePaul back before. Before that, I did my PhD at Indiana University. So I am actually connected to all of these universities, and I taught at Indiana for a while. So I have a PhD in computer science from Indiana University. And before that, I also worked in industry for a long time. So I'm actually connected to a lot of these companies as well. I was a senior data scientist at Cigna and CVS. You've seen those CVS street things on the corner. I worked for them for a while. So that's just a little bit about me. Originally, I'm from a small town in Kentucky, believe it or not, right? Shigo Namja, right? Shigo Namja, So I'm from a little town in Kentucky where people play the banjo. Like people literally play the banjo there and they ride horses. So that's a little bit about me. So why don't we go to group 1? So who was in group 1? Who are the group 1 people? It's Kimwe, Halak, Yumin, and Hyunji Kim. So which one of you guys wants to introduce who first? Who wants to go first?
I can go first.
Okay.
And I'm myself Palak, and I'm gonna introduce Youngmin Go.
Okay,
Okay. Yeah, I tried to get the pronunciation right, but I'm sure I'm still lacking there. But
okay.
yeah, so he's also like us. He's a graduate student, and we usually were talking about what places we are looking forward to visiting the most. So like he doesn't know much about Chicago as of yet, but he's still looking forward to visiting over here. I mean, I plan on taking him to the Riverwalk, and like obviously we're gonna have the architecture boat tour and all that. And yeah, so one place of attraction that we plan on visiting in South Korea is the Chongwei. I mean, I'm still gonna mess it up, but yeah, it's like the equivalent of the White House, which is now open to everyone.
Yeah. Literally means
So
it literally means the blue house. That in Korean it translates to the blue house. So just like that's yeah. So you're going to the blue house. So yeah.
okay, awesome. Okay, so yeah, that would have been way easier to pronounce, the Blue
Okay.
House. Yeah, so we plan on visiting that place.
Cool.
I mean, yeah, that's about it. That was
That's
our
it.
conversation.
That's it. We don't have, we got 20 people to go through. So 20-second introductions, all you need. We don't need 5 minutes. So that's good. So you guys are going to see some things. Chicago is quite fun. Lots of stuff to do. So, and Korea is quite fun too. There's a lot of things to do. I have some embarrassing photos from last year's group at the Noraebang. So anyway, so who wants to go next? One of the group 1 members, Yumin, Kyunji.
Yeah, I'll go next,
Okay,
Professor.
okay.
Yeah, my name is Ji Moton, and I talk with the students from Korea, and they mentioned that I look at the place. It's called Chongwonga. I look it up on Google. It's like a temple. He's mentioned that is a previous an ex-president house, something like that.
Okay.
And he's doing master in artificial intelligence, and the other student is called Hyun Jin Kim,
Okay.
and she's doing her master in cognitive science. And she also mentioned a place called Jeonbokon that we should go when we get to Seoul.
Okay.
I haven't looked it up yet, but I think that must be interesting.
Okay. And Hyunji, can you wrote your name in Korean? Can you wave at everybody, Hyunji? Hyunji Kim. There, that's Hyunji Kim. Hello, Hyunji Kim. Hello. So just so we know, so human, because some people have their name written in Korean. Humans over there. Ko, can you wave at everybody? Ko.
Alright.
Hey, and then Hyunji right there. So Hyunji. So that's Moy, Kimwei. I'm probably gonna mess your guys' names up. I apologize. And then Parak. Okay, very good. So thank you, Kimwei. Who wants to go next? Who wants to Hyunji? Who wants to introduce?
Okay, I will next.
Okay.
Okay, I will introduce Palang Maniar. I don't know the pronunciations. He's from India and he's currently studying data.
Parak, can you wave to us? There you go. Okay.
Okay. He's from India and he's currently studying data science in Chicago. He have lived in Chicago for years yet, so I don't know much, but I think it will be fun if we meet in there.
Yeah. I'm sure you guys can show each other around. So
yes.
Cool. So for years, not that long. Cool. All right. So Hyunji, who do you want to introduce?
I'm gonna introduce Mo. He told me that we could call him Moy. So he's from.
What are we gonna call him?
Moy.
Moy. Can you wave to us, Moy? Yeah, I was probably butchering his name. I was like, Moy. That's Moy. What's called Moy? All right. Okay. So go continue.
He's from Myanmar.
Oh, Myanmar. Wow.
And he's in DePaul University, and he's in last quarter, majoring in data science. So he participated in this DSKUS program because he wants to work on real data, and he's also first year to live in Chicago.
So you only fared there for a year, so interesting. Cool. All right, so we've got some people from all over the world there. So cool. Okay, so thank you, Hanji. So let's move to group 2. So that is going to be, I think, Yesan, or who's in group 2? I'm gonna mess this all up. Who is in group 2? Swati, Corey, Junhyung, and Eugene. So who wants to go first? Junhyung?
Yep.
Okay,
I'll go first. I will introduce Corey.
Corey, can you wave to us, please?
Yeah. Corey is belong to 4 in Chicago. And he have 2 kids, 9 and 7.
Oh wow.
And he had a dog.
And
name is Bela.
Bela. Nice.
Yeah, you can see the picture.
Where's the picture?
He will show you.
Oh, he's a picture. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we'll look at puppy pictures later. Gangachi legend. We'll look. Okay. Cool. Okay.
Yeah, and he never been to Korea, so he is excited to visit the Korea.
Yeah, you have to take him to the Noraebang, Junior.
Okay.
Yeah, make him sing.
Okay.
Make him sing. Noraebang is Korean karaoke, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
Make him sing Bon Jovi and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, and lots of soju. Make sure he drinks lots of soju and then sings the Bon Jovi. Wait,
Okay.
okay.
They might be giants, possibly, but
That's a little bit more low key, but yeah, you could go that route. I think you gotta the ones you really had to belt out are good at the karaoke, where you gotta, like Bon Jovi and Queen, So okay, good. Thank you, Janine. So who wants to go next in group two? I guess
I'll just go.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I'm going to be introducing Eugene Beck.
Okay.
She is currently in Hong Kong on another exchange program.
Yes.
She's an undergrad studying data science, one of 3 daughters, being the eldest. Her sisters are 11 and 8 years old.
Wow.
So, and she should be back in Korea May-ish timeframe, just in time to leave for Chicago.
Yeah, we arranged that out. Eugene works in my lab actually here in Hungary, so she'll head back. She was going to be in Canada. Apparently her mom's in Toronto. So she's a world traveler, Eugene. Eugene, can you wave at everybody? Hello, Eugene. Okay. Great, thank you, Corey. Then Eugene, do you want to go next? Who are you going to introduce? We'll just kind of do this tag team thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna introduce the Swati.
Swathi, can you wave? Hello, Swathi.
Yeah, she's from India
Mm.
and she's doing her master degree in data science. Yeah, and her interest keeps changing, but
Okay.
and now is the F1, the
Uh,
Formula One.
Oh, the race car thing? Like the race. Very nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, very good. They were trying to get an F1 race in Korea at some point, but I don't think they pulled it off. They were trying to get them to do one, but they didn't get it. I think Chicago also tried to get an F1 race too. But Lori Lightfoot was trying to do that for a while, but that didn't happen either, I think. So
That's just the normal streets.
oh, okay. I don't know. You come see driving in Seoul, and you'll be like, man, I wish I was driving in Chicago. These people are crazy. So you guys are crazy. I never want to drive in Seoul. I'm scared. So anyway, okay. Thank you very much. Come see the Indy 500. Yeah, Indy 500. Yeah, just down the road. Indiana's just down the road from Chicago. Swathi, you could go see the Indy 500. It's not F1. It's like stock cars, but it is an American tradition, very well-known American tradition. So Carolyn is correct. So then Swathi, you are going to introduce Junhyun.
Yeah, I'm going to introduce Chun Yang. He's also doing his master's in data science, and he's currently working on a project with Dr. Casey Bennett, and he really likes watching soccer, and his favorite team is Madrid. And all his friends.
Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes. I'm sorry. Yes.
I didn't even know that. I see him every week. I didn't even know.
And yes, all his friends say that he looks like the Korean soccer player Son.
Oh, Son Heung-min?
I did Google him. Yeah, and he does look like him.
Really? I don't know, Junhyun. Who says that? I don't know if I agree with that. Son Heung-min, he's like a little, I don't know, his haircut's different. Maybe you get a different haircut. I don't know, maybe. Son Heung-min is pretty much, he's like the Korean Ronaldo, for those of you who don't know Korean soccer. He plays for Tottenham in the Premier League. So anyway, so okay, very good. Thank you, Swathi, so much. Okay, so we'll move along to group 3. Then group 3 is that is Yesung Hyunji and Andrea. William is not here because he is on a plane somewhere. So there's another member at Indiana, William Porter, but he is currently in somewhere mid-air, is what he told me. So so Yesung, Andrea, Hyunji, who wants to go?
I can go first.
Okay.
I'll introduce Ye Sung Shin.
Yesung,
She's
wave the Yesung. Yesung, wave. Yes, Yesung. All right. Okay, continue.
She's second semester graduate student in majoring in data science, and she's part of Professor Casey Bennett's lab. And for her undergrad, she studied communications in Utah.
Yeah, University of Utah, actually. We had some weird case. Yeah. So, very good. Okay, thank you, Andrea. Okay, Yesung. I already know a lot about Yesung. She is in my lab, so that's not that interesting. But Yesung, you want to go next?
Okay, I'll introduce Hyunji Jung.
Hyunji, wave, everybody. Hello, Hyunji. She's the one with the pink hair. She's currently, she doubles as a K-pop star, actually, when she's not doing data science. So.
So it's her third semester in data science major at Hanyang University, and her interest is in computer vision, especially crime-related cases, and she likes black, the color black, and she does weight training.
She does weight training, like lifting weight, like undong, like how much do you lift, Hyunji? How many pounds? How much do you squat?
Pounds?
Yeah, kilograms.
Kilograms.
Yeah, kilograms, yeah.
45 to 50 kilograms per squat.
Well, that's pretty good. It's pretty good for a girl. That's about like 120 pounds. It's pretty good. Pretty good. She's not that tall, so I'm actually impressed, actually. So I can see you wearing black though, Hyunji, because you do have a little bit of that Hongdae Chung vibe, so so the black will probably be your color. So Hongdae Chung you all learn you'll learn when you come to Korea. You'll learn many things. So yeah, I could see that. Okay, Hyunji, then are you gonna go last? You're gonna introduce Andrea. Thank you, Jason. Hyunji?
I'm gonna introduce Andrea.
Andrea,
she is also Korean.
Oh, she's also Korean. Wow, that's interesting. I didn't realize that. We had a person like that last year who was a DePaul student, but they were actually Korean, but they lived in the United States. So interesting. Okay, continue.
And she's doing a master's degree in data science now, but she's originally majored in music for 6 years.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, and she's interested in combining data science with other things, such as social network.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So wait, Andrea, is she originally? Let me ask Hyunji this: is she originally from Korea? Did you ask her that?
Yeah.
So she's born here, and then she went to the United States.
I'm not sure.
I can make this quick. I was actually born in United States, but I mostly lived in Korea.
Oh, I see. Okay, interesting. Well, then you will have a very unique perspective in this program because you've kind of straddled both worlds. So this will be very interesting for you, actually, Andrea, I think. So cool, very cool. Okay, well, William's not here, but you guys will meet William probably next week when we start doing stuff. So how about group 4 then? Group 4 is Nawaz, Youngho, Esther, and Julissa is not here today. So
hi everyone. So I'll just go first.
Okay, Nawaz. Okay.
Hi, my name is Nawaz. I'm gonna introduce one of my teammates, Youngho.
Youngho, wave. Youngho, wave. Hey, Youngho.
Yeah. So yeah, he's a student of data science too. He's pursuing his master's right now. He's 26 years old. He and the other team member, they were discussing like something about Korean age and the actual age something. Yeah. So I asked them about what does it actually mean. They were like, you need to go into detail. Like maybe in the future they will explain me properly.
Yeah. You should ask him because it's confusing. Like when you're born, if you're born like on a certain day, like right after like January 1st, technically when you're born, you're already 2 years old. It's really confusing.
Wow.
Really ask later. No, I was asking about it later because they've explained it to me and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. It's like, how can you be 2 and be 0? That's impossible at the same time. So ask him about it later. It is kind of Yeah, so Korean age and international age. So very good. Thank you, Nawaz.
Thank you.
Youngo, you want to go next and introduce
Yeah, I will introduce Esther.
Esther? Esther, want to wave at everybody? Hello, Esther.
Actually, she was born in America, Georgia.
Oh, in Georgia.
No?
Yeah. Where, what?
Really?
I'm actually born in St. Louis, Missouri,
Oh.
but I lived in Georgia, so yeah.
You were raised in Pohang, Korea. She's right, and she's 22 years old, and her first selected project is the fifth one. And she's an undergraduate student at Hanyang University, majoring in data science.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
That's right.
Esther is basically the opposite of Andrea. Andrea did the other thing and Esther did it the reverse way. You guys are like, you guys are like opposites of each other. Esther is like born in America, but now she lives in Korea and attends a Korean university. And Andrea did the opposite. You guys are like mirror images of each other. So interesting, but very cool. Very cool. Thank you, Young Ho, for the introduction. Esther from St. Louis. We'll just start calling you Esther from St. Louis. Last year, this will be funny for you guys who know, some of you guys know Sung Cho. Sung Cho apparently used to live in Kansas. And so when he was introduced last year, he was introduced by Tyler, who was a student at DePaul. And he introduced Sung Cho as Sean from Kansas, because apparently Sung Cho's English name is Sean. So we just call it Sung Cho Sean from Kansas all semester long. So anyway, but Esther from St. Louis, would you like to go next? Or Georgia? Where do you actually call home, Esther? Where is like your hometown?
Like I was born in St. Louis, but then I lived longer in Georgia though.
Okay, so Esther from Georgia.
Okay, so hello, I'm gonna introduce Nawaz.
Okay, Nawaz.
Yeah. My internet wasn't working somehow, so I didn't really get a lot of information from him, but he's 24. He's mastering in data science, his final year. His favorite sport is cricket.
Cricket. That's very British. That's very British. I guess he's from India or Pakistan though, so they're really into cricket. It's like okay, cool. I don't even know how cricket works. I've seen it on TV sometimes and it's confusing. Do you know how to play cricket, Esther?
No, I've heard of it though, but
I don't know what it is. It's like baseball, but not baseball. That's all I know. So yeah, very long game. It lasts like days, doesn't it? There's like a 3-day event. Like cricket, it's like takes a long time. Yeah, Corey, you're right. So cool. Is that it? Esther?
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Esther from Georgia. All right, moving along then. So group 5, this is Ronald D. Kushao, Jimin, and Singu. So who wants to go? Singu says he'll go first.
Okay.
Or who wants to go first? Singu? Yes. Okay.
Let me introduce Ronald D. He is currently studying at
Ronald D?
University.
Okay. Should we call him Ronald D? Ronald D, is that okay if I call you Ronald D, or do you have a nickname?
No, that's fine.
Okay. Or Ron? Can I call you Ron?
Ron is fine too. Yeah.
Yeah, it might be easier for the Koreans just to call you Ron.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Ron. Okay. Okay. Continue. Okay.
I'll just Ron.
Yeah, Ron.
He is currently studying at DePaul University, and he's a master degree of data science. And he enjoys working out and and he enjoys watching movies on Netflix in his free time.
Very good. How much do you squat, Ron? Can you beat Hyunji? And can you out squat Hyunji? She
No,
does
I can't.
50 kilograms, I guess. No.
I don't do so much weights.
Okay.
It's pretty much like cardio,
I see, like running.
then like stretching,
Okay. Okay.
maybe like some light weights, but not as much as her.
But you and Hyunji can have a competition later, so you guys can have you guys can do it.
Maybe.
Competition.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I work out a lot too, so we could do a 3-way competition.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Okay. Then Ron, do you want to go next? So thank you, Seung-gil. Thank you very much. Ron, do you want to go next?
Yes. I will introduce Jamin Woo.
Okay. Jimin. Yes.
Yeah. Jamin actually likes soccer.
Oh.
He enjoys watching watching England playing with some other teams, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think also there are some shows that he enjoys on Netflix, some Japanese shows.
Japanese shows. Japanese shows. Okay.
Japanese, yeah.
Okay.
Since he also knows some bit of Japanese.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he does.
Very cool. Very cool. So we're talking like anime stuff or something different?
Anime. I think anime.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. Awesome. Okay, thank you, Ron. Jimin. Jimin with the anime loving Jimin. Why don't you go next? Who are you gonna introduce?
Okay, I'm gonna introduce Kushal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kushal.
Yeah. He's studying master degree of data science. And I heard he also likes watching movie and anime, and he has the same favor as me. Like he's like Attack on Titan or Demon Slayers.
Okay.
And I also heard his favorite sport is ping pong, table tennis.
Ping pong. Okay, so I'm not trying to laugh, but I don't think I've ever heard somebody say ping pong was their favorite sport. Cool, I like ping pong too, but it's not the common thing. I don't know anything about anime, so I don't really know what Demon Slayers are, but ping pong. So that's cool. So you guys can do some, while Ron and Hyunji do a workout competition, you and Kushal can do a ping pong competition and see who's better. They do actually, they do actually have, I know I've seen them in Chicago before. I think they might have them in Korea. They have these bars where you can play ping pong and drink while you play ping pong. So I think there's one, there used to be one in Chicago, but I think they may have them in Korea too, actually. Yeah.
In Chicago on State Street, we also have places where you can throw axes or darts.
Oh yeah, throw axes.
In case you're into that.
In case you're into throwing axes, there's a place to throw
It's
axes.
a lot of fun.
And drink. They're bars where you drink and you throw axes at the wall, not at each other. Okay, so just so you know, it's not as dangerous as it sounds. It actually is fun. I've done it before, but they do have the ping pong bars too, where you drink and play ping pong. So that could be an option. So thank you, Jimin. Jimin, for those of you guys, Jimin also has the same name as one of the BTS members. So to put that out there. So there's the BTS Jimin. So you can Google that later. BTS Jimin's actually, I would consider him kind of the pretty one of BTS, to be honest. He's very kind of I don't know how to describe him. He's very something. Anyway, moving along. So we have Jimin, and then Kushal, do you want to go next?
Yeah, hi, I'm gonna introduce you to Sungwil, who is part of my team. He said he's the youngest. He's the undergrad student at Hanyang University.
You want to wave? It's hard to find people with all these faces. They keep moving. Zoom keeps moving people around too. It's like annoying. It's like people keep bouncing around. Okay, Sungil, wave one more time. Hey, Sungil. Okay, go on, Kushal.
Yeah, so he's the youngest member in our team. Like I said, he's 21. And he likes to party.
Party.
So
party.
Yeah.
Party.
Yeah,
okay.
Party. Yeah. So he's gonna bring his ID when he comes to Chicago, and I'm gonna show him how we party in Chicago. So,
Oh yeah, show how we party. Okay.
Yeah.
That was the thing, but yeah, I mean, you guys should all have fun while you're doing this. We're going to work and we're going to do things and we're going to work on these projects. And we do have like responsibilities for the embassy and the government, but you should also enjoy yourselves and have fun and make friends and get to know each other. That's part of it too. So yeah, go have some fun, go party, go hang out at the Google offices. And then after you're done, go to the ping pong bar or something. And you can show Shingo. Or have them go throw axes. It sounds a little dangerous. I don't know, but you could try. They do have these axe bars they can throw, but anyway. But yeah, cool. All right. Okay. Thank you, Kushal. It sounds fun. I hope you guys have a good time partying. And then Sungo, when he comes, Kushal, you come here, and Sungo can show you all the Korean style partying that they do. So there's a lot of soju involved. There's many bottles of soju. So okay. So then one last group to go through. So good so far. So the last group then, Carolyn, Sneha, Hanel, and Yean. Hanel had some issues, but who wants to go first from this group? Sneha, Hanel.
I'll do first.
Okay, Yean. Okay, Yean, I see you. So who are you introducing?
I'm going to introduce Hanel Kim.
Okay, Hanel Kim. Hanel, you want to wave at everybody? Hanel, hello, Hanel. Okay. And for those of you who are not Korean, okay, go on. Sorry. Go.
Oh, you can do it.
No, you can do it. You do it. You're introducing.
Okay. She's spending her third term in business informatics. And she's interested in recommendation system and SNS analytics. And also her hobby is playing cello in orchestra.
Cello. Yeah. Oh, interesting. So Hanel and Andrea can hang out a little bit and jam on the music. Very cool. Interesting. Okay. And for those of you who don't know, Hanel actually means sky in Korean. So she is Sky Kim. If you want to call her Sky, you can call her Sky. So thank you, Yan. Hanel, do you want to go next then, since you were introduced?
Yes, I can go next.
Okay. Who will you introduce?
I will introduce about Caroline.
Okay.
She is major.
Caroline,
Yes.
you want to wave? Caroline, there she is. Oh, there she's small, kind of small. Wave again, big wave, Caroline. There's Caroline. There you go. Okay. All right. Okay, go. Okay.
Yes, she is major in data science and she has a dog and she work in school.
Work in school?
Yes.
You mean like elementary school? Like 고등학교? What kind of school? Sorry, I got kicked off here. Might be back. Oh. Hey. Think I might be back. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Mine's sorry, the Hanyang internet's all screwed up everything. So I'm sorry, what did I miss? Hanel, did you finish? She works at school.
Yes, I'm finished.
Okay, what kind of school?
So I'm a data manager it's a K through 12 school.
I see. And let me ask this, because we've heard a couple people, what kind of dog is it?
It's a boxer beagle mix. She's a little mutt, but very cute.
That sounds kind of intense. Okay. What kind of dog did Corey have? Corey also had a dog. Corey?
German short hair pointer.
German short hair. Wow, okay. Very interesting. Okay, lots of different dogs. Okay, so we have many, and we can share dog pictures later. So Carolyn is from Indiana, right? You're at Indiana University, correct? Very cool. Okay, just like Andrea and some of the others. So Carolyn, so I'm sorry about that. My internet cut out here in Hanyang. So Carolyn,
Ladies and gentlemen, as we are currently boarding groups 1 and 2.
There's weird noises in the background, Carolyn. Are you at a stadium? What is this? Yeah.
Sorry, I'm at an airport. It's about to be, I use Indiana University's spring break is starting. So my flight is just about to board.
Okay, go really quick then. Go really quick.
Yeah,
Go.
so I'm introducing Sneha, who
Okay.
also goes to Indiana University. And she likes animals. She likes thriller and horror movies.
Okay.
She studies applied data science, and she is interested in like that health and informatics, or health informatics as a topic. And she's going to St. Louis for her spring break.
St. Louis. Well, then Sneha, you can ask Esther all about St. Louis, because Esther was apparently born there, even though she lives in Korea. So see, we're all connected, surprisingly, in weird ways. So very cool. Thank you, Carolyn. Good luck on your flight. I guess that's also why William was not here today, but because he's also flying somewhere. But thank you so much. We will talk to you soon, I guess, if you have to leave for your flight. Then Sneha, then who are you going to introduce then?
Yeah, so I'm introducing Yen.
Yen.
I'm sorry if I don't get the pronunciation right.
That's a pretty good pronunciation. There's Yan. Hello, Yan. Okay.
She's from Hanyang University, and she's currently majoring in data science, which is her third degree from this university. And she loves reading books and loves watching movies as well. And she has read a lot of books about religion, data science, and economy. And also economy happens to be one of her majors as well. So
I did not know that. Wow, that's an interesting combination: religion, economics, data science. So interesting combination. Okay, I think that covers everybody on here. I think Ilias is on here. Ilias, did you want to introduce yourself since you're on here? Or give everyone. Okay, go for it. Okay.
I'm Ilias. I'm a faculty at DePaul University in Chicago. I'm also the director of the Center for Data Science here. And yeah, so this is our second year with the program. I'm excited to be here, guys.
Very cool. Thanks, Ilias. So we also have some other faculty members that are not on here. So Rafaela, those of you at DePaul probably know her. Rafa will be one of the mentors, like I mentioned. Those of you guys at Indiana, you guys know Patrick Shi or Hai Shu Tang. They're going to be some of the mentors. And then those of you guys who are students here at Hanyang, you probably know Kyun Chik Han, Han Kyun Chik, or Hyungwook Im. They're also going to be mentors. So depending on what team you're on, you will get a chance to interact with them. And of course, like I said, we have the mentors from the industry. You guys will meet them. So after this meeting, so that wraps it up. So it's cool to meet all you guys. I think you see we got people from all over the world who are all interested in data science and kind of using data to solve problems. So it's going to be really cool to kind of try to work together in teams and kind of solve problems. So here's what's going to happen. We'll wrap this meeting up for today. I will actually contact all of the mentors and share with them the same information on the industry side and your faculty mentors. What you guys should do after this is you should communicate via email, and you should find a time when you guys can meet, preferably weekly, but of course you may have to change the time sometimes, where you guys can get together in a group and talk for at least 30 or 40 minutes. There is going to be some assignments. So the first thing that you guys are going to need to do in the next week or two, and I know it's Indiana's spring break, and so hopefully you can still work it out. If it makes you feel any better, it'll be DePaul's spring break in like 2 weeks, and we're going to have the same problem. And then, so it's just an issue. So, but hopefully you can find at least 30 minutes to hop on Zoom and meet in your team of 4 and get your faculty mentor. You have their email, and get your industry mentor. You have their email, and invite them to the same thing. Find a time when you guys can meet. Okay, for at least 30 minutes via Zoom. The first task you guys are going to have to deal with is you have this theme, this project theme. But the project theme is this vague concept, right? It's like climate change. But you're going to need to start to figure out what is a specific problem we can try to solve within this domain. So it's not just solve climate change. That doesn't mean anything. You have to pick something specific within there, and it can be anything. And I could give you examples from last year, but I'd rather you guys come up with your own examples. But what you need to start to do is kind of brainstorm and do some background research. So you guys should find a time next week to try to get together in your groups, and preferably do that every week. Okay. And then look at the schedule and what you're supposed to be doing. In 2 or 3 weeks, you're going to have to submit your first assignment, which is a bibliography, which is basically a list of resources you found on the topic that you chose. So the very first thing you should do after this meeting is email everybody and start a group thread where you can be like, okay, what time can we meet? Okay, let me go and say that usually with the time difference, the best time tends to be in the evening, kind of like this, in the evening in the United States and in the morning in Korea. That tends to work the best because of the time difference. If you want, you can meet in the morning in the United States and in the evening in Korea, depending on how late the Koreans stay up. Because in the United States, you know, it's like there's a 14-hour time difference. So it just depends, but it's up to you guys. You figure out a time that you can meet, and try to figure out a time when your faculty mentor or your industry mentor can also come. Maybe not every single time, but they can at least come sometimes to the meeting time. Okay, makes sense? And then really you just need to get together and talk for 30 minutes each week, and you then can communicate offline using email and Slack and stuff like that. Okay. Any questions about that before you head out for today? Does anybody have any questions about anything? No questions? Any questions? Sure you don't have any questions? Okay. Well, again, so the next couple of weeks, you guys need to self-organize. I will get the mentors to try to help you guys, but you should look at those emails and just email everybody in your group and start to talk. And if you want to use Slack or something else and not use email, that's fine too. But you guys need to basically get started on stuff within the next week. Okay. So email everybody in your group, whoever wants to do it. And then, you know, figure out when's the time we can actually meet and start to talk about what we need to do. Okay. Okay. Well, like I said, this was a lot of fun last year. We're hoping it's going to be a lot of fun this year. So we look forward to working with all you guys. There'll be videos to watch next week as well. So there'll be another video that'll talk a little bit about background research and stuff like that. If you have questions, please feel free to email me about anything. But otherwise, I'm going to leave it to you guys to start to organize yourselves and start to meet starting next week. With yourselves and hopefully with your faculty mentor and your industry mentor. Okay. Okay. Well, let's hop off of here. Elias, you have something to say or just...
No, you covered everything, I think, Casey. Thank you for that.
Okay. All right. I will talk to you guys later. If you do have any questions, please email me. And you'll probably be getting emails from me periodically for the next several months, whether you like it or not. So I will talk to you guys later. Hope you have a nice day or a nice evening, and we'll see you guys. Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Have a great day
Bye.
or evening.
Thank you.
Cheers.